Today we're going to show you how to jack up a Porsche 944. I'm Justin.
And I'm Aaron.
And before we go too much further, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. We were looking around YouTube here and we couldn't find a definitive video on how to jack this car up. And I know that Porsche guys like to jack around.
Yeah, and if you're jacking around, it's really important that you use proper technique.
Absolutely. You want to make sure that it's not too slick and it's just right.
You don't want to break something.
So we've got our jack stands. We've got our jacker, and we're gonna go jack this car up. Come along and see.
Okay, so here we have the Haynes manual for the 944, 83 through 89. This is the definitive repair manual that you need if you're gonna be working on this car. So we checked it out, wanna see what the jacking points are. We open it up, find jacking and towing here, and it says, jack it here. This is the diagram that they provide. I don't know about you, this isn't much help though. I had to search around under the car to figure out what the right place was. So we're gonna show you definitively what we use to jack this car up. Okay, so on this car, there are 3 places that you can use to jack it up. 3 jacking points. There's one in the rear, right around this area. In the front, there is a piece that we'll show you that's more towards this front wheel. And then there's another spot that's pretty sturdy right in the middle of the frame here. So we're gonna show you how that works.
So Aaron pointed out our jacking points before. The first one is a round protuberance from the body here. A lot of people recommend to use this front jacking point for the front, but it's on the floorboard. I just think that's kind of a risk I wasn't willing to take. On the back, you have one that's sort of a triangular protuberance, but in the middle is actually, I think, the best spot for it, is we've got this nice square here that was able to lift up the whole center of the car on one side, and that's what we decided to use.
So once you've got your 944 jacked up, you want to put some jack stands underneath it, or at least we do, because it's going to sit here for a while. And so what we used is this frame rail. Again, if you use this little nub that's down here, that could really bend up into the bottom of the floorboard, so it's not really that very supportive. But here, there's a lot of support on these frame rails. They're very solid, and we could tell there's been jack stands here before, so that worked out. You don't want to put it too far forward because it curves up and then it could slip off. You don't want to put it too far backward because then you're not going to get proper support and balance. And we can tell that this one, the jack stand was put in there one way, that was put in there parallel, running parallel to the frame rail, and that bent into the middle of the frame rail, so it made a bit of a taco. Here we put it perpendicular to the frame rail, so it actually has support on both sides. The mass is even, and there's no way for it to bend anything. Now, before anybody starts talking trash in the comments, I'm well aware that this is a unibody car, so it does not have a frame, but we have to call these rails something, and they do provide some sort of a frame for the car. Thus, we called them the frame rails. For the rear jack stand, we positioned that on this cylinder that's popping out just in front of the tire. I can't say exactly what it is, but it's a bar that sticks out the side, and it's perfect for a jack stand. It's solid as an axle. I mean, it looks like just a big piece of steel that's sticking out. So that's where we stuck the jack stand, and it is solid. This thing isn't going anywhere.
So it's in the air. How do you feel?
I feel jacked!
Excellent. So when you jack up your 944, be careful. Garage safety is really important. Make sure that you subscribe for more of this. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff with this car, and if you like 944s, or you like him, or you like me, or you just like car stuff in general, I hope this is the place that you come to for it, but you're not gonna see it unless you like, subscribe, and then what?
Share.
Share it with your friends who might be into him, might be into me, might be into 944s, I don't know. Either way, let's do this together.